My daughter Lily has always been a social butterfly, making friends with just about anyone. When we moved to a new town, she was quick to befriend a quiet girl named Emily. I had never met Emily's parents, but Lily spoke about her often, how she lived in an old house on the edge of town, how she had the best tea parties, and how she always knew things before they happened. I brushed it off as childhood imagination. One evening, Emily invited Lily over for a sleepover. I hesitated, but ultimately agreed. I dropped Lily off at the house, a towering Victorian with peeling paint and ivy crawling up the walls. A woman answered the door, presumably Emily's mother. She was polite but distant, her eyes tired and hollow. She assured me Lily would be safe, so I left, convincing myself I was just being overprotective. That night, I woke up abruptly, feeling uneasy. I checked my phone, 3:12 a.m. Something about the silence of my house felt off, like the air itself was holding its breath. Then, my phone vibrated. A text from Lily. 3 words. "Come get me." My heart dropped. I called, but she didn't answer. Without thinking, I grabbed my keys and rushed to Emily's house. The porch light was off and the curtains were drawn tight. I knocked. No answer. I knocked again, harder. Then the door creaked open on its own. Inside, the house was silent. Too silent. The air smelled of old wood and something faintly metallic. "Lily?" I called out, my voice barely above a whisper. No response. I stepped inside, my skin prickling as the door slowly shut behind me. Then I heard it, a faint giggle coming from upstairs. I followed the sound, my pulse hammering. The second floor was dimly lit, the hallway stretching into darkness. At the end of the hall, Lily stood in front of a door, her back to me. "Lily?" I called out again, stepping closer. She didn't move. Then, in a voice that wasn't hers, she whispered, "She doesn't want you here." The door beside her creaked open, revealing Emily standing in the darkness, her pale face barely visible. But it wasn't just her. Behind her, shadowy figures stood motionless, their hollow eyes fixed on me. A low whisper filled the air, growing louder, words I couldn't understand. I grabbed Lily's hand and yanked her away. She didn't resist. She just stared ahead, dazed, as I carried her down the stairs. As we reached the front door, a chilling voice called from behind us, "She'll come back." I didn't look. I bolted out, slamming the door behind me. Lily didn't speak the whole ride home. When we got inside, she finally looked at me, her face pale, her eyes glassy. "She knew you were coming," she whispered. "Emily told me." I held her close, trying to comfort her, but deep down I knew Lily hadn't been the only one listening.